How are you doing? Welcome to the TCO, alright? This is a new channel. I've been playing with this concept of creating an anime-based channel for quite some time. I originally had one almost maybe a year ago. I'm not going to say it was successful, but for the amount of time that it was open, it was successful. And then let's just say, some shit happened. Awesome trolls. They're always great to deal with. And I ended up having to create a new one, which unfortunately didn't end up being very successful. And then I recently created another one not too long ago, but it wasn't very popular. It wasn't getting a lot of views. It wasn't getting a lot of daily subscribers. So it got me to thinking, exactly what kind of content I needed to do. And then it kind of reminded me that originally when I started my anime channel, I kind of somewhat talked about just a little bit about everything, from anime to the anime video games, to having a scheduled, dedicated, like, news session that I called, what was it? I called it Newsstand Saturday, where I went to the Anime Network and OtakuUSA.com, and I basically picked 3 articles from each website, and I just kind of talked about them, kind of more or less to inform people, not necessarily to give my opinion on things. But then, because of me creating these anime channels, the main reason why I did it is so that it would give me a reason to actually, collect anime stuff, because I've always been interested in anime, watching it on the televisions and whatnot, but I've always been procrastinating to actually purchase it. I have done it a few times before I even got the idea to, get an anime channel, but then there came that point where it was like, well, I'm not doing it as much as I would like to. So, that's when I started seeing, anime people in the anime YouTube community creating videos, and I was like, well, maybe I should get into that. Maybe I should, get into the anime community, give my voice, my thoughts, my opinions, and that way it can kind of converse me to actually go and buy the stuff that I want to get. Because in a way I don't want to say it'll force me, but I think you'll understand that it will force me, quote unquote, to actually go buy this stuff, because I'll need content for the channel within itself. Now, I've sat here and I thought a few days after I canceled my original anime channel about, exactly what I wanted to do. Did I want to do anything? And I really didn't actually want to do a whole lot of anything from the anime realm within itself. But then it was, it always comes back. It always comes back. And I ultimately decided that, I was going to try it again for at least one last time to see if I could not get this done correctly. I actually sat and thought about the content that I wanted to create, exactly what I wanted to talk about. And then ultimately whether I would continue the channel, even if it wasn't that successful, even if my videos only got, 4 or 5 views, which was the case on my last one. And I've actually come up with a completely new concept for my anime channel. I've decided that I even just went on, the internet, and I bought quite a few anime T-shirts. This is, as of right now, is the only anime T-shirt that I have, which is for the magazine Otaku USA. And I thought it would be pretty cool to, not only get anime T-shirts, because there's going to be a little bit more than anime and manga on here. There's going to be a little bit of comic books, a little bit of Star Trek, a little bit of Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, all that stuff. I'm even going to add in like some DVDs and Blu-rays. Pretty much of it's fantasy, sci-fi, anime, manga, comic books. You can find it here, and I'm going to give you my opinion. These are all things that I've wanted to create a YouTube channel for, and I've tried over the past, and they've ultimately failed for one reason or another. And I think it's because I attempted to, I don't really want to say copy, but I attempted to mimic other people, and I could not converse it in a very successful way. And ultimately, I think I just have to be myself, you know. I have to be who I am and let people see me for who I am and not somebody I'm attempting to be like, all right? Now, why did I decide to call this channel The Corrupted Otaku? Well, if you actually look up the definition of otaku, especially in Japanese, it actually doesn't mean a very positive thing. It actually means a negative thing. So I came up with the idea that, well, if and this might sound a little weird or even stupid, that, you know, if I put the word corrupted in front of it, then maybe it would alliterate to being the opposite of what it actually means, all right? So, you know, in Japanese, the word otaku is meant to be something negative. So, to me, putting the word corrupted in there, it flips it around so that the negative meaning that it originally has doesn't really apply. That may not make a whole lot of sense, not to mention, I also thought it sounded pretty cool. So, yeah, this is the TCO, you know, the Corrupted Otaku. I'm not going to really alliterate that I'm going to be doing, like, you know, videos every week. But it will be manga, anime, comic books, basically whatever I feel like. I'm still working out some kinks on the content that I want to create, that type of thing. So yeah, I hope you stick around. Hopefully this particular channel will become a little bit more successful than my past and previous anime, manga / comic book channels that I've created before. And I hope to see you next time on the TCO.